Hello and welcome back for another fly tying video. Tonight I'm going to be tying a fly called Harold's Grouse and Claret. Now, I became aware of this fly from this book, A Fisher in the West by Eddie Young. It's about fishing in the Outer Hebrides and it's mostly out in Lewis and Harris. This book's a really good book. If you're going across there sometime, it's a good book to check out. A lot of good information in it and some nice patterns as well. So right, first of all, get on with this, the Harold's Grouse and Claret. So in the vise I've got a full and mill short shank special size 10 and I'm using Semperfly classic waxed 18-0. I usually use the 12-0, I've run out of the 12-0. So on this occasion I'm using the 18-0. The 18-0 is very fine, but it is quite a strong thread and I would highly recommend it. I should actually get some more. Most of my threads are in the 12. In fact, this is only 18 more one that I've got. As I say, I've used it and I'm quite happy with it. Right, next I'm going to be tying in a tail. In Harold's original pattern, he uses yellow wool. On this occasion I'm going to be using the yellow Glow Bright floss number 10. So I've got some prepared here. I've got about 8 strands folded together, well, one strand folded about 4 times, giving me 8 kind of pieces. So I get a wee brush and brush all that out, and it gives you a nice effect for your tail. So we'll get the tail tied in. Right. Make sure you've got it on top of the shank. Get that waste piece cut off. And just bind that down there for extra security. So we've got our tail all prepared there, just cut it to size. I would say that's about right to the size, fly this size. So next I'm going to tie in some gold wire, soft gold wire in a small. So we'll get that tied in, nice soft wire, this easy and supple to work with. So we'll get that tied in. This is going to be a slight variant of Harold's original. I'm basically putting a modern twist in it, which is a great thing to do. Nothing wrong with that, tampering about with the old style flies. The old style files are great, but it's always nice to add something new to it. So Harold's fly called for seal's fur. I'm using some claret dubbing here from Chuck and Duck, and it's got a bit of UV flash through it. It's nice stuff, good stuff to work with. So select some of that. And as I've said before, I like to turn the lace upside down there for applying the dubbing. It gives me lots of room to apply the dubbing. I can see where things are. So get that tied up the body. But don't go too far because we've got, oops. Because we've got a wee thorax to put in here. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So there we go, we've got a wee bit too much dubbing there. I think it's a wee bit, the strands are a wee bit too long for my liking. You do want it kind of bushy and fuzzy, but I don't want them overly long. So what to do now is I'll get the gold wire and get that ribbed about 4 or 5 times. looks as if it'll be about 5 times on this occasion. Right, and get that tied in. Just make sure that's tied in, and then helicopter that off. Right, so next, Harold's original fly, it was this stuff here, which I hate to use. Peacock herring, especially when you're doing wee thoraxes, because it's so brittle and you try to wind 2 pieces together, it splits and oh, nightmare. Anyway, so on this occasion I'm using a glister, and it's a kind of peacock glister, using this here. So you don't need much of this at all, so get a little bit of that. And it's just to form a wee thorax at the head before you put the hackle in. So again, get that turned upside down. Now, just hope I don't put too much on here. So I've been making a few of these recently, and the mistake I do quite often is put too much on. So you've got to put it on thinly. Right, that's us. So we'll get that on there. That's better. Right, so that's that. There's a few wee straggly bits here, we'll get that tidied up. And then next, we're going to be using a piece of, a grouse hackle. I get mine from Cook's Hill. I buy the packets, you can get skins, but they're quite expensive, so I've not got a skin yet, so buy those packets now. So what you want to do is select a well marked hackle, and I've got a well marked hackle here. Lovely hackles, grouse, they really are. They're probably my favourite soft hackle. Soft hackles, they're lovely markings, especially in these ones I've got here. So what you do is you'll tie this in with the tip. So what I do is take some of this stuff up, which I won't be using. So you locate the tip, you'll then pull all these hackles back. And then just like that. And it does say in the Harold's book that you want the hackles long on this. So there you go. We'll tie this in. I like to put a wee couple of turns at this. It kind of makes the hackles stick up a bit and easier to cut away. So, right, let's get that cut off. Right. Just tidy that up a little bit. Right, now next we'll wind the hackle on. I think I bumped my vice there. Right, so as you know, I like to use my new hackle plier, but for doing soft hackles like this I like to use these clips because they're very light and I just can't see by them for hackles such as this. So anyway, get these hackles kind of pulled back. You only need maybe a couple of turns of this, depending on the hackle, as they always say. Once we get a couple of turns in, we'll see where we are. And I think that is ample. That is ample. Don't want to over dress it. That's ideal. Just get your hackle well tied in. Cut the waste off. these hackles pulled back. It's a lovely fly, this. Right, get this. All it remains now is to tie a neat head. I like to take a bit of time with the heads and get them neat. And I'll just finish that off with a whip finish. If I can find my whip finish tool. You see I've moved my vise, right, so here we go, we'll get this tied in. Finished. So there you have it, that is Harold's Grouse and Claret. Give that a wee turn, see what you think of that. As I say, I caught some fish last year on Benbecula with this pattern, this version of it. See, I've never tied the original version, but I don't fancy using the wool or the peacock. So we'll just get some varnish on the head now. Finishes it off. And don't worry if you get it into the eye, because you can clean it out. There we go, that's that done. A wee bit of excess here, so what I just like to do is wipe that off in the front and the head there like that, and give it a flick. And we'll get a wee needle into that to clear the eye. There we go. Harold's Grouse and Claret. Hope you liked that. Like I say, it is a good fly for brown trout. Originally for sea trout, but I found it works well for the brown trout. Like I say, it was originally brought to my attention when I spoke a fisher in the west, and, but it was mentioned in that book that Harold had the book as well, and it's Flytying with Harold Howorth. That's it there. If you try and get a hold of that book, there's in it a few good patterns in that actually, and that's well worth having. So there you go, Harold's Grouse and Claret. I hope you liked that. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you again for another one same time soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.